He most likely won't. At least not for another couple of years. How old is he? Like 21? I bet he goes somewhere like 24 or 25.
Yeah. See, the thing with Haaland, that like if you were to cite Mbappe for PSG, you could probably have him for the rest of your career, depending on how your team is doing and how much investment you're putting into your team.
Yeah.
But if you were to get Haaland, you only have 2, maybe 3 years with him before he moves to another club. I honestly believe that.
Would that be the same case if he goes to any other club like now?
He'll always go to the highest bidder because he's worth that much. So if Real Madrid are going to consistently pay him as much as anybody else would and more, he'll be there his entire career.
See, the thing about Haaland, though, is that he wants to win trophy in every country like Ronaldo has been doing, right? So I think even if he does go to Barcelona or Real Madrid, which I don't think he's going to Barcelona, I think he'd be going to Real Madrid if anything.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd stay there. He'd probably stay there. If he was to stay there, he'd stay there for 5 years, and then he'd probably go to England. But with how the Spanish League is going recently, and with how Real Madrid have been, I don't see him going there this year. And I don't see Real Madrid dishing out. Actually, I do, but they didn't spend any money last summer because they couldn't, because they had all these superstars on these mega contracts still.
They just bled him dry. I mean, like, Cruz and Modric got you 4 Champions Leagues. They're not going to keep doing it. And then you buy youth. You don't have any, like, the only mid-20s players you have are Vasquez and Isco. Everybody else is over 30 or under 19.
Is Asensio still there?
Yeah, he's like 22. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have any. There's no bridge for that gap of age in there, and so it's like old, experienced players with rampant, pacey wingers.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's not like a steady balance, I guess, which does hurt.
How old is Hazard?
29.
It's up there. Yeah. I mean, Barcelona.
I think he might be 30 actually.
29
and 30.
I think
He's 30 recently.
I think Messi is. I think it depends on who gets the new president's position, but I think I say he's leaving. If I have a gut feeling that he's going to leave, he's going to go to City. So I don't think City are even going to consider Haaland.
Dude, I was mad as shit. Like, it was one of the.
Although they could get him if they wanted.
You know how people celebrate like stats of or not celebrate, but like they'll post stats about how somebody played in a certain game. It was like touched, like had the most touches and the third, all this shit. So like Messi's stat was like 6 out of 6 chances created. I don't even know what 6 out of 6 chances created means. And then like no goals, no assists, and then underneath it was like pure class. Like this is the man who would score. This is the man who scored like 100 goals in 2012.
Yeah.
And you're touting him for creating 6 chances. Like that's not even near what he's done.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely.
But I'm saying like he needs to be gone then from Barcelona because if they're not giving him what he needs to finish or create,
they already arrested the ex-president now, and
really,
apparently there was like a police raid.
Bartomeu or whatever his name is? Well, why? Do you have any? So I know that Barcelona, like their club, is actually run by the people of Catalonia. So if he was stealing money from them, you're basically stealing money from the government. Is basically how that works.
Embezzlement, basically.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then that makes perfect sense. But there's I can't remember his name. This new guy. I want to say it's like Bautista or something like that. He's supposed to be the new.
So.
Oh, he used to play. Is it the guy who played in Italy?
No. I think this is the guy who's just been at like a businessman who's been at Barcelona.
Oh, just some random. Gotcha.
He said that if I'm not president, Messi's leaving. So he said that like a couple days ago.
So he'll get the election.
But he could just be saying that just to like make sure that he gets it from the board. You know what I mean? Like he might not be being truthful about that. But I mean, Messi again, top 2 best players ever. But you can and it's like I was saying earlier in our group meeting, like no matter how good your team is, you're always going to need Ronaldo or Messi, no matter what. No matter how good your team is, your team can still win without them, but you need Messi or Ronaldo.
And teams do, and teams have been for the past 4 years, though. Neither of them have a Champions League in the past 3-4 years.
Yeah, but that's because Barcelona are the worst, are terrible. They're awful And then
but I'm just saying that you don't need them to win, though. Does
it
help? Is it going to get you over the line every time if you do support them? Absolutely. But they're also at a point where like they can't carry teams anymore. They can try, but like, they can't do it.
Is literally carrying Juventus right now.
I understand. But they're not. Are they in first place at the moment in Italy?
No, I think they're third.
That's what I'm saying. They cannot carry teams. They can be the best on the team, but they cannot carry teams anymore.
If Ronaldo's not at Juve and Messi's not at Barcelona, neither of those are even considered in top half of the table with how they've been playing.
I don't know, because how much did they spend?
Oh, yeah, I know.
How much did they spend on Ronaldo at Juventus?
What, 100 mil?
Okay, that's 3 other players that they could have integrated into the team. And the right players. I'm not saying that they would have been better than Ronaldo, but I'm saying you're...
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, you can have a great team without Ronaldo or Messi, but every team needs Ronaldo or Messi. I don't care what you say. So that's City. There's a reason why City are still trying to get Messi. They don't need him, but they're still like, we want Messi. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're always going to need the best player to ever play the game, no matter how good your team is. You don't have to win with them. You can win without them clearly, but if you want to be considered one of the greatest teams ever, you're going to have the greatest player ever to be on your team. That's what I was saying.
I think it helps.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You need that. You need them. You see, like, I don't know how to explain it any more than no matter how good your team is. If you think
I'm missing the advantage of them being, like the advantage for Man City of Messi being on there, I'm not missing that at all. I understand that to the fullest extent that he would elevate them to newer heights.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could still do well without them. Clearly, they have been. But
God damn it, dude!
You're always like, if you like to say a team doesn't need the greatest player, one of the 2 greatest players ever play. I think is like a ridiculous thing to say, because no matter what, like there's like it's clearly.
I think we have different definitions of need, though.
Like, I know what you're saying. You don't need them to win. You don't need them to win. But
no. I'm saying it helps and it's fucking awesome, but I don't think it's an absolute. I don't think it's an absolute necessity. Like,
yeah, again, like I know
France could win without Mbappe and Pogba.
The 2 of them?
Yeah, and come on.
One game, maybe not a tournament.
Dude, they've got dumb depth like that. Like, those 2 are levels beyond. But I've seen other French players on the French national team have better games than those 2 in several games decisively. There's been games where Griezmann has 2 goals and Mbappe's non-existent the game.
Yeah, because because he's a multiple world-class players.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That you do not need those 2 players to make it. They're the best players on the team.
That's what I'm saying. But if you have the greatest player to ever play, you're going to need them in your team.
Why was he the greatest player, though?
Because he is.
Because of Xavi.
That's just what he is. Dude. Even without Xavi and Iniesta. And then Ronaldo. He's the first player in history to get 20-plus goals in 12 consecutive years. Literally, no one has ever done that. You are taking out, if you don't have Ronaldo in your team, no matter how good you are, you're taking out 20 goals a season.
Dude, I can use the Pep argument with that, then.
What are you talking about?
He's only played at top-tier clubs.
Who, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
He played at Porto, was fucking up with Porto, then goes to United, and then he was the whole reason why United won. Literally the entire reason why United won. The entire reason why Real Madrid won the 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Take him out of that team. Look at how they've been doing. Absolute crap. They won La Liga last year, but no one else was good.
Zidane's a bald frog.
Exactly. Like, and Real Madrid have world-class players in their team. They obviously need Ronaldo.
Used to. They're out of their prime. They're not world class. Like, Cruz can hit a 40-yard free kick, but he can't run a game how he used to.
Paul Scholes was able to do that when he was 35. Your class doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. But would you
their
take
winger
Paul
now
28 or 35?
Their winger now is Vinicius, who is dog shit. You have Ronaldo there. You're winning everything again. I don't see how you don't understand. Like,
I get. Listen, I understand that. I understand that he will carry you over the line.
Exactly. So City, right? They don't need Ronaldo, right? Or they don't need Messi, but they want Messi. Especially if they don't win Champions League this year, they're going to get Messi, and they'll win Champions League the year after.
Messi's also one of the few players that can fit that system. If you look at Mahrez and you look at Bernardo and you look at Foden, they are all Messi-esque players. They're all in the same ilk of Messi. That's the system he runs. But there's only so few. Pep like scraped them all off.
And say they don't win Champions League this year, right? And then next year they get Messi in the summer, and then they win Champions League next year. They needed Messi, even though they were that good. That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying, right?
I understand both sides of the argument.
Like I understand what you're saying.
I don't even know if it's an argument. I think we're both just arguing our points with ourselves. Like I get what you're saying. I agree with you.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like any team, no matter how good you are, you're going to take the two greatest players to ever play in your team.
Yeah,
like you're going to do it, and every team needs them. That's like I'm not out of like necessity. Like God, we desperately need them to win, but like you need them to be in your team.
Could use them.
If City don't win Champions League this year, they bring in Messi and they win next year. That shows exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, you need a world class player, like not even a world class player, the greatest player ever, arguably one of two.
Messi would be such a cheat code there, honestly.
Yeah. Like who are you gonna have, Foden or Messi? Come on. Like I get Foden was the best player at U19 for Pep ever, but come on, like. But, anywho, well, I was going to ask you a question about Chelsea, Juan.
Oh, boy.
Oh, how do you feel about the 3-back y'all are running right now? I mean,
it's good to get results, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a long-term thing, that formation, but I think it's definitely good for its solidity and with what Tuchel wants to do and definitely, like, his counter-pressing methods.
I think it is, though. I think it could be.
I do too.
I mean, it definitely could be.
Well, I think it's the best to get out of Werner because that's the exact system Werner left Leipzig from was a 3-man tight front because he can like the other two defenders are occupied with the other two.
There was so much space for him. Like they literally just bypass the midfield and then they just flank it to Werner. He had so much space today. That won't happen every game, of course, as we've seen.
That's Tuchel played like outclassed Klopp today because Klopp's. How we've always said how he works his team is that the wingbacks the fullbacks get really high up and then your midfielders kind of drop in, win the ball, bring it to your wingbacks, and then they cross.
They were trying to counter press too.
Yeah.
But literally Chelsea just played out of it.
Yeah,
easily
because they bypassed the midfield, which is where Liverpool win the ball back, right?
Yeah.
And then you bypass that, you just play it out to the flanks to Werner and I can't remember who was the other person on the other side, but. Werner was getting so much freedom because he was on Alexander-Arnold's side, who isn't good at defending already, and then who was never back. So you have all that space on the left to get in behind. And so that's why I think Tuchel just outclassed Liverpool today. Now, granted, I think Chelsea definitely deserved the win, but the goal that Mount scored, I think, should have been defended better by Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
But again, from Mount...
Like, it was too easy for him.
Yeah,
like he just took, 3 touches into the middle. No one stepped to him. Like literally, just one person had to step to him.
Yeah.
And just block the shot, and that was it. But no one stepped to him. They just shifted with him in front, but didn't step to the ball.
Yeah. It was a great goal though. Like all credit to him. I think I've said this to you. Mount is your best player in my opinion.
Literally before we started.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure he'll be Chelsea's player of the season.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about Mendy. Like, when he first got there, he looked like...
phenomenal.
Yeah, he looked great.
He looks kind of shaky. I wouldn't say Kepa level, but, I mean, he's human, of course.
Yeah, because...
I still think he's the number 1 keeper for sure, though.
Yeah, without question. But, like, say you bring in Donnarumma, and do you start Donnarumma over Mendy, or do you keep faith in Mendy? I haven't seen Donnarumma play much, in all honesty.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know he's like 6'7".
They're actually going to try to offload Kepa this summer, which is very weird because I think that's what Frank wanted to do last summer, and then the board was like, "No, give him another chance," and then they tried, and and then it's just weird.
last day of transfer window, you get Mendy in, but
see, like the board, like Marina Granovskaya has no ball knowledge. Like all she's there to do is just business negotiations.
You're preaching to the choir here, Juan.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah. That's how it works now.
Yeah. Ball knowledge.
We have Ed Woodward, who said, when you hear Schweinsteiger against you in your midfield, it's going to put chills down your spine. So, I know.
I think you'll like that.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God!
It says this Zayak plays like somebody was downloading Mahrez and stopped at 30%.
Kind of accurate though.
That's really funny.
How he's been playing recently. He's
been
not
better the past 2 games, and he was phenomenal in that unbeaten run earlier in the year.
I think, I think against United.
But he's not like your traditional winger though. He's just